So, what kind of comic book fan would I be if I didn't speculate on things that haven't happened? DC Next Level is an initiative by DC Comics to push more obscure characters to the forefront, and we've already gotten some great announcements. Lobo by Scotty Young and Jorge Corona, Barbara Gordon Breakout, as well as Greg Rucka's return to Batwoman, and a whole bunch more. So, what's going to come after that, though? We're all hoping for wild success for this initiative and success that would likely lead to more books. So, here are the top 5 books that I would love to see as the next phase of the DC Next Level initiative. First, some honorable mentions. This is where I would include Booster Gold. He's playing a big part in DCKO. I can't quite say that he's not getting the spotlight, but I do think it's time we got a new Booster Gold solo series. It's long overdue. Another honorable mention would be the Doom Patrol. They recently got a series just a year or two ago, but I'm not sure that they quite fit the mold for DC Next Level. However, they definitely fit the mold of obscure characters, and I would love to see more Doom Patrol nonetheless. Additionally, in the same vein of characters that I'd like to see but have had a series recently, Black Lightning is excluded from the top 5 list because he just got a series last year. Number 5 is Super Sons. So even though I didn't love DC aging up John Kent, I'm not going to sit here and preach about that. I think that John and Damien have been through enough as of late to warrant revisiting their relationship and the challenges that they tackle regularly. Damien's been growing a lot in the pages of Batman and Robin, and John has had a few years of impactful stories. Regardless of if you've enjoyed those stories, John's character has gone through a lot of changes since the first Super Sons series. I think a new exploration of these two at their current ages would be a lot of fun. Number 4 is minor Bat family characters. So I know that there's some rumors circulating that Batman Shadow of the Bat could be related to these more obscure Batman family characters, in which case that would be great. But we definitely need one that can tackle these sort of characters that have fallen off the face of the earth. I'd love to get a book with Stephanie Brown, Duke Thomas, Luke Fox, Jean Paul Valley, whoever's around, right? I think you either take them out of Gotham or give them a really obscure section of Gotham to operate in. There's too many of them for their own solo books and too many of them to cover in Batman or Detective Comics, so Next Level's the perfect fit. Number 3 is Yara Flor. Yara Flor had a series back in 2021, which I enjoyed, but it didn't go particularly well. It was canceled after 7 issues, and I don't think that's a reflection of the character so much as just the time that comics were in. There was a lot of stuff going on with Future State, which wasn't overly well received, or at least, in my opinion, wasn't the most successful initiative. And I'd love to see her get another shot because she's an interesting character. I like her appearances in Wonder Woman and her role in Dark Crisis. But I think that she could really have 6 issues and see what happens type of title. I think she's definitely a fresh take on the Amazon characters as a whole. Number 2 is Animal Man. So now, admittedly, I don't know a lot about Animal Man, but I know that the appearances that I've read of his are a lot of fun. I know that he has a very loyal fan base, and it's been over a decade since he's had his own solo series. I think a lot of interesting things can be done with this character, and I think that his obscure but has his fans vibe is perfect for DC Next Level. And finally, the number 1 book that I want to see most coming out of the DC Next Level initiative is Martian Manhunter. So obviously, people are loving Absolute Martian Manhunter, but as far as Earth Zero is concerned, his latest appearances include a 12-issue series from 2016. He's popped in and out of Justice League books, and particularly Scott Snyder's Justice League run. He also had a story in Action Comics a little while back, but again, I think this is about getting him a solo book, a book that he can really shine as a character. And he recently it feels like Red Tornado has replaced him as this sort of facilitator of the Justice League, which is perfectly fine because I think that frees him up to go off and do something else, right? That's why I think that the best move would be to have him go like off planet, out into space and solving some sort of cosmic, mystery, crime, whatever, kind of leaning into the detective side of things. But I think no matter how you do it, I think that Martian Manhunter has to be included in DC Next Level at some point. So those are the top five books. Let me know in the comments what kind of books you'd like to see come out of DC Next Level. And make sure you like the video and subscribe and check out my other videos. And thank you so much for watching.